Hi everyone, and welcome back to a brand new vlog. So this is the end of week 3, actually week 3, no, it's actually starting week 4, day 1. Updates on Ozempic. Okay, so if you watched my last video, you knew that I was pretty sick, and I'm still recovering. So I would say that my eating habits were definitely way off what I normally eat. I did eat a lot of chicken noodle soup, and I don't typically make that or even eat that. Also, I made spaghetti for my family one day when I was feeling okay for 15 minutes. I had a little bit of that also. I don't typically eat that. It just makes my stomach feel so bloaty. But anyway, so let's get back to Ozempic. I would say that I am starting to have some symptoms that everyone else has talked about. The burping is really kind of horrible. It's because I have acid reflux, that even makes it even worse, even though I do take medication for that. You feel like you've got like throw up in your mouth. It's kind of disgusting. So I have tried to take a little bit of Tums and stuff to alleviate that just a little bit. Other than that, I really am not experiencing much. I do get a little nauseous. You're definitely not hungry. I was never a big eater to begin with. One thing I could never understand why I stayed so heavy, because I really just am not a huge eater. I can tell you that I think in a lot of people who are heavier, we have a tendency to eat just because it's there, or we're bored, or we're watching TV and we think that's what we should do. I think if you really listen to your body's signals on eating, with Ozempic, I think that you would really have to remind yourself to eat all the time, because you're really just not hungry. I mean, your stomach really never growls or anything like that. So, I think that's, you really do have to make that effort to eat. Now, I've never been a breakfast, lunch, and dinner eater, which sometimes I think people who eat like that are healthier, and also they keep their weight more steady, because, they don't wait until they're really hungry and then they eat and stuff like that. So, I mean, I really would like to try that sometime, actually being a normal eater, where you do have a little bit for breakfast, a little bit for lunch, a little bit for dinner. I've never done that, so I don't even know if I could do that, but I tell myself that I would like to try. So, maybe that's something I will incorporate into the future as well. So let's get talking about the results. So I did step on the scale yesterday, and I can tell you that I was quite a bit disappointed. But I wasn't like, there goes my light again. Anybody who's watched any of my videos, I have automatic lights in my kitchen. So they come on when you walk through and they turn off, but they're on a timer, so it goes off. So anyway, the lighting goes in and out. Sorry about that. But anyway, so the results of me getting on the scale. So I can tell you that I didn't expect the scale to go up, and it did upset me. However, I also feel like I wasn't very consistent with the amount of water that I drank too. And you know yourself, if you drink, if you're really conscious on how much water you drink, and then you let a day or two go by where you didn't drink much at all, definitely your body is going to hold on to that water. And then you're going to weigh heavier than what you did before. So I'm listing my numbers in the description below. So you will see those numbers. And honestly, if it goes up or down, I'm going to post it anyway, just so that you can see what happens. Now, I was taking a lot of medication this week, so I don't know if that affects the weight too. I really want to start incorporating more of a keto carnivore type thing, because honestly, if you've ever done that, it really does make you feel so much better. I mean, you don't have those sugar cravings. You don't have that bloaty belly feeling that you get when you eat any kind of carbs or something. I do like Sola, which is Sola, makes a really good bread and bagel that it's just a normal flavoring. It's not like it's a horrible aftertaste or anything like that. And I do like that. I was using that the beginning of the week if I would have anything. And then towards the end of the week, I just kind of got lazy and was just eating whatever. I'm a big sugar addict. And I could be really happy eating chocolate cake for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And I would be like, woo, this is the best thing ever. But also being a type 2 diabetic, that's not something that I do. But I also feel that if you stick to a keto carnivore program, then all those cravings just go away and you just don't have any desire for that kind of stuff. And I need to have more of that in my life too. You know, if I want all of this to be successful, I have to steer away from the things that I know that really kind of trigger things that I want to eat or make me feel I mean, and I understand this week is Christmas, you know, we're actually we're skipping Christmas this year. And that's a whole other story, really. But the gist of it is we lost our daughter, I think it's 27 years ago, I guess. And, you know, some years you can fly through the holidays and other years you just can't. And this would be one of those I can't years. So it's just easier to keep it more simple. And because there's only the three of us in the house and, you know, my son is 25, 26, something like that. I don't know. You know, he just doesn't really care about stuff like Christmas presents and Christmas trees. And so as you can see in the background, you're not going to see any decorations because there is none at all. My husband did put some outside, and honestly, I didn't want to do that either, but he did it. So that's fine. You know, he can do whatever he wants to do. So we do have a mystery dinner that we're going to go to Wednesday evening. Over the weekend, we went to a magic show. So we are trying to do a little things that we wouldn't normally do. So then you get into foods that you wouldn't normally eat. So, you know, we went out to dinner before we went to the magic show. And on Wednesday, when we go to the mystery show, there is a dinner included. Again, items that I wouldn't typically eat. So I think, you know, I'm just going to really not stress about the eating much until the first of the year. And then I really feel like I'm going to incorporate a program, but not necessarily a strict program. I think that you have to, it's so hard. You know, for me, I've done nothing but think about dieting for the last 40 years. You know, every other week I was on a diet, and all this has done is made me miserable for 40 years. And I think that sometime in your life, you have to let it go. You have to not let it control who you are, how you feel, and stuff like that. Because, you know, honestly, life is very short, and I want to be able to say that my life was good, you know what I mean? And I constantly think too much about what goes in my mouth, what I shouldn't eat, what I should eat, and stuff like that. So I do want to try to relax a little bit, but yet really adhere to a lifestyle, not a diet, a lifestyle. Something that I think that I can do to be successful on this, to get off the weight that I want to lose. I mean, I don't even want to get down to what my ideal weight is. One, I'm 60 years old, and two, I'm like 5'2". So, I mean, I probably should weigh like 110 pounds. I doubt that's ever going to happen again. I really doubt it. And honestly, I just don't care to get down to 110 pounds, because I feel at that point, then I would be more miserable because I would have nothing but saggy skin. So, you know, what really is the answer? And, you know, I think it's a one day at a time thing. So my current goal right now is just to get to 150 pounds and see how I feel at that point. I mean, honestly, I think anything is better than being, you know, 220, you know. And when I was 205 last year, honestly, I didn't feel any different at 205 than I did at 220. So, you know, I don't know even what it's like anymore to be in the 100s. So when I get there, I think it's going to be exciting, but I still believe that the journey is one step at a time. Anyway, so back to Ozempic. I don't know about you guys, but I keep my pen in the refrigerator. The recommended storage of it is to keep it cooler. I don't think it makes one bit of difference. I'm not having any trouble with the injections. Now, I do want to tell you, and please, this is my own personal thing. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a healthcare provider. So if you're on Ozempic or starting or whatever, please follow the directions that your doctor prescribed. In my case, I decided to up my dose this week to the 0.5. So I was taking 0.25, and I did that for 3 weeks. So yesterday's injection was my 4th week injection, and I decided to up it. Now I'm going to tell you why. The reason why I did was a few years back, I don't know how many, I actually was taking Victoza for my diabetes, and that again is in the same line medication that Ozempic is. It's supposed to, you know, help you know, some weight loss and stuff like that. And I remember when I did that, my 4th week, my doctor let me go up to the 0.5 dose. So honestly, that is the only reason I did it this time as well. Even though this is Ozempic and not Victoza, I just felt, you know, I'm doing this for diabetes also, because when I lost weight a year ago and got down to 205, my diabetes was very stable. However, it was stable because I wasn't eating any carbs. You know, once a diabetic, always a diabetic. And I don't care what anybody says, that is the truth. You know, yep, you can lose 20 pounds, 40 pounds, 60 pounds, whatever, and your doctor say you're not diabetic. That's because you're not eating any carbs. As soon as you eat carbs, you are diabetic again. It's just the way that it works. However, again, always follow your doctor's instructions. You know, I had my doctor tell me, no, you're not diabetic anymore. Well, yeah, as soon as I started eating carbs, and as soon as I gained my 15 pounds back, my A1C went from 4.8 back up to 7.2. So yeah, you are diabetic. So, I mean, for me personally, that's the way it works. But that's my goal, is to not have that hanging over my head anymore. Will I always be a diabetic? Absolutely I will. Will I always have to take medication? Hopefully not. But I also know that I will have to still control the carbs that I eat, or you will go right back up to where you were before. So, you know, I just think it's a whole process. Everything's a process. The eating, the medication, exercising, drinking water, trying to be a healthier person. I just think it's an all around kind of thing. So anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please hit that subscribe button. I see that there's quite a few people viewing the video just because I think a lot of people out there are very interested in Ozempic and what it can do for you. You know, nothing is a miracle drug. You still have to put in the work. You know what I mean? You can't just give yourself an injection and go, woo, I'm gonna lose 100 pounds, because it just doesn't work like that. You have to be willing to do the work. This is my own journey. Would I love you to come along and support me? Absolutely. Growing this channel hasn't been easy. And you know, I still have 50 subscribers, but I'm so thankful for you guys. I'm very thankful. And if that's all I ever have, then that's what I have. At least you'll be along for the ride, cheering me on and hoping to see me really be successful and finally lose the weight that I need to lose. So anyway, hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, like the video. Please leave a comment, even if it's just to say hello or to tell me that you just started Ozempic or you're doing something else. I'd be more than happy to follow your journey as well. I'm one of those YouTubers that, you know, if you have a channel, let me know so I can subscribe to your channel as well. I'm definitely not one of those people who, you know, oh my goodness, if you put something about your channel on my page, I'm going to delete it, because, you know, we're all in this to do the same thing. So anyway, have an absolutely wonderful week. I might throw a video in the middle of the week to let you know if I have any more symptoms, upping my dose or not. If not, you will see a video again, probably on Mondays. Usually Sundays I spend the day with my son. So anyway, until next week, have a blessed week. Have a Merry Christmas and all that. Happy Hanukkah. Happy everything that goes along with it. And just know that we truly are on this journey together. Thanks for watching.